Hello and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, plan with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today we're doing another thing. We are doing my PD TBR game. Want to see the rolls, what I get with the rolls, and what I pick for the rolls? Come join me. For those of you who don't know, this is my TBR game that I created to help me with reading. This is for 2 months. So this month is for June and July. I am filming this on May 26th. My last ones for April and May, I had 6 rolls. The first roll was on 12, random letter, title, which I got D, which I read Dollface, gave it 4 stars. I then landed on 28, which is sci-fi, Cold Entity by S.A. Barnes, 4 stars. 43 was the next one, hardback, The Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. I have yet to finish that. I've started it, so hopefully we'll be finishing it this month. 62 was the next one by Pac Rep, which is A Mouthful of Dust by Neo Bo. I gave that 5 stars. I love that series by her. The next roll ended up on a 64. Continuous series, another series I love, Through the Gate of Garnet and Gold by Shannon McGuire. That is the Wayward series. Wayward Children, and that was a 5 star. And the other one that I've not completed yet is number 76, Mystery, A Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. I am hoping to finish those 2 up. I will put around here if I finished it and what my ratings were. I also still am bringing over the February and March that I didn't read, which was 3 of those. Those are continuing to come over. Hopefully I'll get those read as well. So what I do is I start here, and I am going to use something I was given to on my birthday, which is this little lovely thing. So this is going to be my little icon. What I do is I take a 20-sided die. There are 78 prompts, and I roll until I get to the finish line. And we will start with the first roll, which is a 3. Okay. So let me make sure you guys see it. And it's a blurb by your favorite author. Now that's going to be an interesting one. Next roll is a 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Genre you don't read. Okay, that's number 19. That's going to be interesting. And 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Audiobook. That's 30. Okay. $14. Put this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fantasy, 44. Okay. Next, oops. We have a 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paperback. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, we got a 20. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, big book. 68. All right, so either I'm going to finish or I'm going to have another book. We'll just see how well I do. 3. I have another book. 1, 2, 3. Nightworms. Oh, yes. Definitely have plenty of those I can do. All right. Am I going to get another book, or am I going to finish this thing? 2. 1, 2. Start a series. Oh, no. 73. Finish, or are we still going to keep giving me books? Going to keep giving me books. 1, 2, 3. Mystery. I can't say that I'm going to finish this. I have 2 slots left. What's the chances of me getting a 1 or 2. And 8. Okay, I'm finished. It was an 8. All right, so it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books to pick to choose from. Well, for you it'll be in a few seconds. For me, it's going to be a couple days. So I'll see you then. Welcome back. I have picked my books for the rolls, and I will show you right now what I picked. The first roll was Blurred by favorite author. Now, I couldn't find a favorite author that I was blurred, but I do like the Olivia Blake. I do like her work, so I chose this one. This is Nowhere Burning by Katrina Ward. Riley and her brother Oliver sets off in the pitch black night, fleeing their troubled home. They are heading for nowhere. An abandoned ranch, once the playground of its former eccentric movie star owner, now a haven for runaways. What awaits could be the freedom they crave, but this mysterious clan guards dark secrets, and scorched grounds hold the ghosts of the past. Riley quickly realizes that while she and Oliver may have escaped the devil they know, something darker lurks in the burnt shell of nowhere. Something which asks a terrible price for sanctuary. So that is the first book I picked for this one. So hopefully I enjoy it. Next is a genre you don't read. And this one was a doozy. I decided to go for a classic historical fiction, which two things I do not read whatsoever. Beloved by Toni Morrison. I'm going to read off the one from what Goodreads says. Seth is a protagonist, was born a slave and escaped to Ohio, but 18 years later she is not free. She has too many memories of sweet home, the beautiful farm where so many hideous things happen, and Seth's new home is haunted by ghosts of her baby, who died nameless, and the tombstone is engraved with a single word, beloved. Filled with bitter poetry and suspense as taut as a rope, Beloved is towering achievement by the Nobel Prize laureate Toni Morrison. So this is also a Nobel Prize one. So I don't know how I feel about this. This is going to be interesting. Not looking really forward to it, but it's something. It's getting me out of my thing. So the next book I have the next prompt was audiobook, and for that I chose Eric LaRoche, We Are Always Tender with Our Dead, which happens to be the first one in this start of a series, Burnt Sparrow, as you see on top. This one is the lives of those resided in an isolated town of Burnt Sparrow, New Hampshire, are forever altered after 3 faceless entities arrived on Christmas morning to perform a brutal act of violence, a senseless tragedy that can never be undone. While the townspeople grieve their losses and grapple with the aftermath of the attack, a young teenage boy named Rupert Cromwell is forced to confront the painful realities of his family situation. Once relationships become intertwined and more carnage ensues as a result of the massacre, the town's residents quickly learn that true retribution is futile, cruelty is earned, and certain thresholds may never be crossed no matter what. That sounds interesting. I enjoy his work. It can be rough sometimes, but I think the way he does it is well done. So that is the audiobook that I'm going to listen to. The next one was fantasy, and I'm going with an author that I've enjoyed his work. I've read at least 2 things by him, and they were, I don't know if they're going to have it. Ring Shout was one, and the other one was the Cat Assassins. I'm probably saying that one wrong, but it was good. So I'm going to do Masters of Jinn by this one. I am going to take one of the names and give it a different name because I cannot pronounce it. So understand when I get to it, I'll tell you what I'm using. Cairo, 1912. Through Fatima, and I cannot pronounce her last name, is the youngest woman working for the Ministry of Alchemy, Enchantments, and Supernatural Entities. She is certainly not a rookie, especially after preventing the destruction of the universe last summer. So when someone murders the members of a secret brotherhood dedicated to one of the most famous men in history, this is where I'm going to change the name to Ted, because I'm not going to try to pronounce this man's name. I'll butcher it. Agent Fatima is called to the case. Ted transforms the world 40 years ago when he opened up the veil between magical and mundane realms before vanishing into the unknown. This murder claimed to be Ted returned to condemn the modern age for its social oppression, his dangerous magical abilities, and instigates unrest in the streets of Cairo that threatens to spill onto the global stage. Along with her ministry colleagues and a familiar face from their past, Agent Fatima must unravel the mystery behind this impostor to restore peace to the city, or face the possibility he could be exactly who he seems. So, can't wait to read this. He's really good. I've enjoyed his work. Here's the author himself. I would not try to pronounce his name because I would butcher it. But he's really good, so I enjoy his work. Next was paperback. And for paperback, I decided to go with this one, which is The Horror by David Sodergren. Great. I'm probably mispronouncing this man's last name wrong. This one I've heard about, so I thought, and it's going to be a paperback, so I don't own it. I don't fear death, but they do. Merle Macaulay has lived in the Scottish fishing village of Witchhaven all her life. She was born there, and she tends to die there. But when an overseas property developer threatens to evict the residents from their homes and razes Witchhaven to the ground in the name of progress, all seems lost, until the day a mysterious fog bank creeps inland. The horror. To some, it brings redemption. To others, it brings only madness and death. What macabre secrets lies within? The horror. This sounds interesting. I've heard people read this one, so I'm definitely wanting to see what this one was about, and hopefully I will enjoy it. The next one was a big book, so I decided to go with The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is over 400 pages long. So let's see what this one. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with a great red rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, shooing ash and blotting out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and a long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land familiar with catastrophes, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. So this should be interesting. I do own that one. The next one is Nightworms, which for some reason I cannot find my book, but I did get this in Nightworms, and it's The Unworthy by Augusta, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because I will butcher it. This is the author of Tender of the Flesh. I absolutely love the book. I didn't think I was going to enjoy that book. I'd heard about it and I read it and I went, holy crap, I actually like it. I couldn't believe how much I loved that book. I was like, okay, this is somebody I want to keep an eye out. And of course, this has to be translated because she does not. Her first book is never in English. It's in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. So, The Unworthy. From her cell in a mysterious convent, a woman writes the story of her life in whatever she can find: discarded ink, dirt, and even her own blood. A lower member of the sacred sisterhood deemed unworthy. She dreams of ascending to the ranks of the enlightened at the center of the convent and of pleasing the foreboding superior sister. Outside, the world is plagued by catastrophes. Cities are submerged underwater. Electricity and internet are non-existent, and the bands of survivors fight and forage in a cruel, barren landscape. Inside, the narrator is controlled, punished, but safe. But when a stranger makes her way past the convent walls, joining the ranks of the unworthy, she's forced to the narrator to consider her long-buried past. and what she may be overlooking about the enlightened. As the two women grow closer, the narrator is increasingly haunted by questions about her own past, the environment future, her present life inside the convent. How did she get to the sacred sisterhood? She can't remember her life before. And what really happens when a woman is chosen as one of the enlightened? This was going to be interesting. I can't wait to get that one in. So hopefully I will enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed Tender as the Flesh. Then we got Starter Series. Now, as you saw, there were several books I could have put down for Starter Series, but I decided not to do that and go with The Luminaries by Susan Denyard. Winnie Wednesday wants nothing more than to join the Luminaries, the ancient order that protects Winnie's town and the rest of humanity from the monsters and nightmares that rise in the forest of Hemlock Falls every night. Ever since her father was exposed as a witch and a traitor, Winnie and her family have been shunned. But on her 16th birthday, she can take the deadly luminary hunter's trial and prove herself true and loyal and restore her family's good name, or die trying. But in order to survive, Wendy enlists the help of the one person who can train her, Jay Friday, a resident bad boy and Winnie's ex-best friend. While Jay might be the most promising new hunter in Hemlock Falls, he also seems to know more about the nightmares of the forest than he should. Together, he and Winnie will discover a danger lurking in the forest no one in Hemlock is prepared for. Not all monsters can be slain, and not all nightmares are confined to the dark. This sounded interesting. I believe I own the second book in the series, so I decided I wanted to try this one out first, and then hopefully I will get to the second book. We'll see how well that works out. And last but not least was Mystery. And for that, I am doing We Live Here Now by Sarah Pembroke. I'm probably mispronouncing the last name wrong, but I did love Behind Her Eyes. Absolutely loved that book. I was like, oh my gosh. This also happens to be one of my arcs from NetGalley that I really need to read. I will be getting that book because, like I said, I did enjoy Behind Her Eyes. I'm really hoping I'm going to love this one so I can get that book and be happy. So this is what I'm using for Mystery. After an accident that nearly kills her, Emily and her husband Freddie moved from London to a beautiful Dartmoor country house called Larkin's Lodge. This house is gorgeous, striking, and to Emily, something about it feels deeply wrong. Old boards creak at night, fire extinguisher, and the books fall from the shelves. All of it stemming from a terrible presence she feels in the third floor room. But these things only happen when Emily is alone. So are they happening at all? She is still medically fragile. Her post-septic condition can cause hallucinatory side effects, which means she can't fully trust her senses. Freddie does not notice anything odd and is happy with their chance at a fresh start. She, however, starts to believe the house is haunted by someone who has been murdered in it, even though she cannot find evidence of a wrongful death. As bizarre evidence piles up and her marriage is starting to crumble, Emily becomes obsessed with discovering the truth about Larkin Lodge. But just as the house has secrets, so do Emily and her husband. I can't wait to read this one. This one sounds good. I believe I have the audiobook for that one, so it's going to be interesting to listen to this one. I can't wait to get it. So those are the books I picked. So these are the ones, like I said, I can't find Unworthy. For some reason, I cannot find it. But I have, out of there, 5 of the books. I am getting at least one book. It's not here yet, so I did order that one. So I am definitely, hopefully, going to get that. What did you think of my selection? Which ones are you interested in that I picked? Would you have picked something different? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video. And until next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day.